school football fans, and welcome to the second season. We're talking about high school football playoffs here in the state of Louisiana. Tonight we're coming to you from Independence, Louisiana, where tonight it's the Tigers versus the Tigers as Donaldsonville invades Tigerland. Alongside of me, as always, Crawfish. Crawfish, when you talk about wild card team, which Donaldsonville is, you're talking about a team that in a lot of districts throughout the state wouldn't be a wild card team.
Yeah, they're really not a wild card team because they actually beat the team that won the district championship. This is a tough district for Independence to start to play. It's, they're 9-3A, and their wild card is at a record of 7-3. Lutcher, St. James, and E.D. White are going to the playoffs. Lutcher is the champion, St. James is second, and E.D. White and also Donaldsonville are coming in as a wild card. So this is a pretty tough first round match as for being a wild card. You know, you usually want to play a team that's like a 4-4 or 4-5 or something like that for a wild card play. But they're coming in playing a real tough Donaldsonville squad that almost won the district if they wouldn't have had
uprights, huh?
Yeah, they had a extra point hit the uprights with 4 minutes left in the ball game, and which would have at least tied it. Put it in overtime, but they're right up there. They're a pretty tough team, and like we said, they coming in at 7-3. Independence is the 8-3A champs. They coming in at 10-0. They're led by Terrence McGowan at quarterback, but you know, their bread and butter is Darren Brister. He's coming in at 2,050 yards rushing this year and 27 TDs, and came up with a big interception last week in one of the best ball games I've seen in a long time against the Amy Warriors for a 1-point win for the district championship. So we're looking at a pretty good game here tonight. Donaldsonville comes in, they're a highly throwing team. Trey Orso comes in with 1,400 yards passing. He usually goes to Wellman Landry, who has over 600 yards receiving. And then number 86, Donnell Dorsey, comes in with 550 yards. So they can spread it around a little bit, Benny.
When you talk about Orso and Landry, that's a name that's synonymous in the Donaldsonville area. There and at Ascension Catholic High School, the Orsos and Landrys are known as great athletes, especially in a baseball game. But we're getting ready to kick off, and kicking off is number 76, Jaya Miles. Miles, 6'2", 240-pound kicker. Of course, back deep to receive the Tigers is number 24, Darren Brister. Also number 2, LaBrandon Tofield. And they're going to kick away and kick over to Williams. Donnie Williams has the football. He's at the 20. Tries to get to the outside. He's got an outrun man, and he breaks through. Gets up to about the 28-yard line before he's brought down by guess who? The kicker, Miles. So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10, just shy of their own 30-yard line.
Jason Green did a good job of running Donnie Miles wide in time for somebody to catch up with him. And you know, when you got a kicker that's 240 pounds, I don't think you keep him back as your safety.
No, he's going to go down and try to make some stops. And I see he hadn't left the field, so he's probably play a little defense. No, he just went out. So I'm sure he's going to play a lot tonight. Good-looking kid. Well, we're set. The Independence Tiger backfield consists of the quarterback, Terrence McGowan, tailback, Darren Brister, and number 41, the unsung hero, Billy Lamonte. Play action pass, they're looking, it goes deep. They're going to go all the way down the field, and it's just overthrown to Emory Robinson as they try to score off the back. Right there, Robinson had number 32 from D-Ville, Corey Howard beat. And there you see Coach Baglow going to try to open it up, give Brister a little breathing room.
Well, if I'd have been announcing like you, I'd have said, oh, first play to guess who? Darren Brister. But I think Coach Baggs kind of faked me out there too, and did the same thing to the Donaldsonville defense, because number 5, Emory Robinson, was open, and his ball was just a little bit thrown too far.
2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Tigers.
Tigers will try it again. 2nd and 10, Lamonte and Brister. All the backs in the eye. They'll give it to Brister. He is hammered at the line of scrimmage, stopped there by number 73, Walter Joseph, and number 77, Howard Grin.
And also number 73 will be...
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Ball's going to be situated around the 33-yard line. A little surprise on a pass on first down there coming out. And if it would have been completed, it would have been all she wrote, because Robinson would have caught it right around the 25-yard line. He'd been in the end zone in a skip.
Really impressive looking defensive team. They're going to fake it to Bristol, go up the middle. He's got a man wide open. He chooses to go real deep. And a pass interference. Where's the call? There it is. He had wide open number 10, Stephen Bayham. And there, number 24 for DeVille, Wayne Wills, with the interference. We saw that we had a good vantage point up here. But right there, you see them try to take what they're going to try to do, Crawfish, I think, is take the emphasis away from Bristol earlier so they don't keep. Because if you look at this defensive front of Donaldsonville, they're very big, and their defensive backs aren't even small. They're tall and slender. They've got a good-looking size group of kids out there.
Yeah, it is a good-looking. They do have a lot of size out there. Actually wasn't too much of a pushing interference. The guy put his hands up. Another chance where the defensive backs were beat. If it's a passing game, if they got to go head-to-head passing back and forth, it favors Donaldsonville. But if Independence can open up something in a passing game, that's going to make Darren Bristol that much more popular. 1st and 10. He's under heavy pressure. Almost sacked and gets it off and almost complete to Bristol, and Bristol's getting up a little slow. Looks like he might have twisted an ankle. There once again was 77, Howard Green.
Brings up a 2nd down.
Pressure in the quarterback. So it looks like Coach Bagley is going to try to go to the air and try to make some things happen early here in his first possession for the Tigers. 10:28 remaining in the first quarter of play. It's 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Independence Tigers. Here home tonight in the first round of the playoffs. Bristol in the backfield with Lamonte. They'll give the draw, give the Bristol not a lot of running room, and he'll be stopped after maybe a yard. And the Donaldsonville defense is there to play. Once again, Walter Joseph there on the stop.
Picks up 1 yard, 3rd down and 9 yards for the first.
You know, a lot of times, the times that we've seen Independence play, they've really dominated on the line. You don't have to give Darren Bristol a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of hole. He can just hit it real quick, and then he usually bounces off of people. But it looks like this Donaldsonville team's pretty fired up, and they doing what they have to do, and they're shutting down that running game and only giving Bristol 2 or 3 yards a carry.
They'll give it to Fagan to Bristol. Got a man open. He overthrows a wide open Billy Lamonte. Terrence McGowan had him open in the flats and just couldn't connect. So the Tigers will be forced to punt.
Well, it's not that they're not running the routes because everybody's been open so far tonight. It's just that McGowan's having a hard time getting the ball to him. He had some time there. He was pressured earlier, but it looked like he tried to finesse it too much in instead of just getting back and throwing the ball. Ball would have been caught, plenty enough room for a 1st down. Putting Weatherford's in the kick. Back for back is Landry and also number 86, Donnell Dawson. That's the 2 wide receivers that they have. Good kick.
Beautiful, beautiful punt. They'll fair catch it. It'll take a DeVille roll and roll on into the end zone. So Donaldsonville will take over on a touchback. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, and we'll get to see Trey Orso and company. Orso, 6'1", 161-pound junior. Kind of slender quarterback with 2 real capable receivers here tonight.
First quarter. We'd like to remind you this quarter still being brought to you by Butcher's Auto.
Of course, that Independence defense
District number 72 of the state representative.
is led by number 40, as always, Chris Galafora. And up the middle, they'll fake it, go the option. Orso spinning his way up close to the 1st down before he's finally stopped by Clinton Weatherford. Also helping out was number 5, Emery Johnson.
Orso's going to pick up about 9, going to bring up a 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line. Got 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Coaches have the Independence offense huddled up on the sideline. They're trying to figure out what they need to do next possession.
They're going to try the option again. Orso will keep it again. Picks up enough for the 1st down, about 8 yards on the carry, before he's brought down by number 5, Emery Robertson. So DeVille showing the option, which over the last few years is something Independence has been vulnerable with throughout the playoffs. I remember a couple years ago, St. James came in and ran it real successfully against the Tigers. First down and 10, and about the 39-yard line or so. Gives it to the fullback up the middle. He'll bust through, pick up first down before he's stopped by Emory Robinson again. On the carry was number 15, Ryan
Shakesnyder.
First down.
I tell you what, Benny, they keep running the ball like this. It's certainly going to open up that passing game. Because, heck, they can almost pass it to the guy by the time he's getting tackled. He's getting tackled 10 yards down the field. There's just nobody putting a hand on him. Also in the center. Going to run the option. Pitch out. And that's going to be the number 21, Michael Landry. And they get Donaldsonville getting 8, 10, 12 yards of carry.
They're just moving right along, picking up big chunks of yardage. As they pick up another first down, it'll be first down and 10 in Tiger territory. The ball will be at about the 38-yard line or so, and company will try it again. Fullback number 15, Ryan Shakespeare, is only 5'7", 139 pounds. Landry in motion. They'll fake it in the round. Give it to the first back through is number 14, Brandon Daigle, but he's stopped. Jermaine Brown there with the initial hit. Brings up second. Second down and 11.
Brings up second and 11 from the 39-yard line of the Tigers of Independence.
Darren Brister scoots in the ball game. He'll play center field for the Tigers, along with Emory Robinson. Fake it, they're going to the air. Play action is going up top and incomplete to Wellman Landry, who picks up about 5 on the carry, and the Donaldsonville Tigers are just rolling along. Brings up third down, and we'll call it 4.
Donaldsonville is not a big option type team. They like to try to run a lot of dives, but I think they saw some things that they might be able to run. They've got the option in their playbook, and it's certainly going to open up that passing game. And we saw an excellent catch by Wellman Landry there, and shows why he's got 650 yards already this year.
Let's try the option again. Orso with a late pitch, and that helps out the Tigers as he throws a errant pitch, and it's stopped there by Emory Robinson as Landry lost his footing. 6:34 remaining in the first quarter. No one's yet to score, but the Donaldsonville Tigers are driving. 4th and 4 to go.
Well, it's a good stop by Independence on this last little series here, because Donaldsonville was getting 8 to 10 yards of carry, and they've done a good job of holding them here. 4th down and 4 from the 32-yard line.
4th and 4, they'll give it on the pitch to the first man. He's got plenty of running room. He just scoots it on. He's going to go all the way, and he does. Touchdown, 33-yard run by Brandon Daigle. And the Tigers are having problems with the option. Brandon Daigle, 5'11", 170-pound scat back, as he just scattered around the end, picking up 6 points for the Donaldsonville Tigers. In for the PAT, once again, it's big number 76, Jaya Miles. Snaps down, kicks up, it clears the uprights, and just like that, Donaldsonville goes up 7-0. And the Independence Tiger fans that, I should say, are stunned as Donaldsonville just basically marched down the field at their own will and scored.
Yeah, and Daigle looked a lot like Darren Brister on that play. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, there's nobody going to stop him. Nothing fancy there. It was just the option to the outside. Also made the pitch, and Daigle kind of made one move past the line of scrimmage, and he was gone. And Independence Tigers are going to have to try to do something to adjust to shut down that option, because Donaldsonville is just running on them at will tonight.
The defensive ends aren't really putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, One time they did, it made him commit. He made a bad pitch. We're set to kick off. Miles will kick off again, back deep to receive for Independence. It's number 24, Darren Brister, number 20, Donnie Williams, and number 2, LaBrandon Tofield. .558 remaining in the first quarter. Miles kicks it away. He's going to go over to Williams again. He'll pick it up at about the 20. Try to cut through, keeps his feet on. He's got a little speed. He gets to the outside. And a nice run by Donnie Williams, who gets it almost to midfield. 4 players down at about the 27-yard line. 3 Donaldsonville players, and for Independence, number 52, Josh Day.
Official timeout. Play resume.
Coaches and positions out on the field. Coach Baglio marching on off the field. Definitely hope it's nothing serious.
There's 4 guys down at the same spot. 3 of them for Donaldsonville, and then Day. And don't know what kind of collision we had there, but all 4 of them were laying there, and all 3 of the Donaldsonville guys got up, and Day's still down. So he's going to get off. He's limping, kind of favoring his right leg.
Number 82.
Hopefully there's nothing wrong.
Number 72.
Score right now is Donaldsonville 7 and Independence Tigers 0 with 5:48 left in the first quarter. Tonight's game is brought to you by BB60 Rayburn. Re-elect BB60 Rayburn, number 73 for Senate. Let's keep a proven leader. And also a local here, Buster Gazzardo from District 72. He's number 83 on your ballot in District 72. He's easy to find and eager to help. And he's not 130 miles away.
He's right here to stay, huh? David, all right, Tigers pick up the ball at midfield. Flag goes up.
Marker on the play.
We're going to wait to call.
Legal procedure.
A legal procedure is the call against Independence.
Legal participation.
As they shoot themselves in the foot.
That's illegal equipment on the homesteaded Tigers.
Well, they say it's illegal equipment. Well, we won't find out what it is from way up here. But the Tigers find themselves in a hole, 1st and 15.
Brings up first down
at their own 45-yard line.
What's illegal equipment?
I really don't know that one.
Somebody's wearing panties or something?
They give it to Bristol. He shakes and bakes, tries to get to the outside, and it's no go. There on the stops, number 24, Wayne Wells.
Wayne Wells brings up 7 down, and about 13 go for the first down.
And Darren Brister's been stopped pretty much cold tonight thus far. Hadn't been able to break away from that initial line of scrimmage. 4:50 remaining in the first, eh?
He's only got, he must have less than 10 yards on 3 carries so far. Wells made a good play there because Brister was about to get around the corner. He got around the corner. He was going to be about 8-10 yards.
They send Brister in motion. He scoots along the line. McGowan looking. He's got a couple men open. He underthrows Darren Brister.
Is short.
And once again, McGowan is off the mark.
They noticed they're going deep a lot tonight. They hadn't gone deep a whole bunch all year long. They must have seen something in the films this week. But it seemed like what you'd want to do is run everybody deep, run Darren Brister short just to give him the ball, and then let him maybe even something out the backfield, just kind of clear him out a little bit, get him past that big line for Donaldsonville.
All right, now Bristol the long setback. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Gonna roll back. McGowan looking, sets up the receiver screen to Bayham, and he has nothing. So this Donaldsonville's defense hadn't given up much yardage all night long, and they continue to dominate this contest thus far with 4:10 remaining in the first quarter. So that'll bring Quentin Weatherford in to punt. And we do have an injury this time. It's a Donaldsonville player. We're picked up his number. It looks like number 74, who is not here on the roster tonight.
Let's hear it from number 74. Who's not listed. Brochure.
Yeah, and the dangerous part is Weatherford's kicking. He needs to get another 55-yard punt off here because he's kicking to Wellman Landry and Donnell Dorsey, and that's the two wide receivers that have impressive numbers already this year. He's going to hit the ball right around 35-yard line.
Flags go up.
And there's the marker on the play.
And it appears to be against the Tigers. Illegal procedure against Independence. A marking back.
Ball to the rest of the 40-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, David, I think that when we what we said earlier, this is not a team to be taken lightly just because they're a wild card team, because of the district they come from and the competition they play. They're going after Weatherford. He still gets a pretty nice punt off. Fair catch is called. And Landry picks it up, and they'll take over 1st and 10 just inside the 30-yard line. But Donaldsonville definitely came to play.
Well, it looks like Independence has jumped off sides a couple times already, and they've looked a little fidgety, and they have no reason to be intimidated. They are playing a good team, but heck, they're ranked 3rd or 4th in the state. The Independence Tigers are, and they don't need to be intimidated by anybody. What they need to do is to stop Donaldsonville right now, come back and score, and put this game on an even keel here, and then you can start doing anything you want.
Yeah, Orso will be under center. Landry's in motion. They'll give it to Daigle up the middle. He'll get 7 yards on the carry before he's finally stopped by number 90, Phillip Jones.
It's going to pick up about 6 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line. We got 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and Independence hadn't done anything to stop that option yet.
Orso with Landry in motion. He'll give it to Daigle again. He'll get 5 yards and the first down. That stopped by Gallafor, excuse me. So 2 plays, first down.
Pretty much running at will. And Independence really needs to shut down that first back coming out the backfield on the option. If they can shut that down, then worry about the ends later.
Also under center. He'll keep it, go around the end. He'll get the first down and a yard. Carry of 11, ball's loose, but they'll rule him down. He picked up 11 yards and another Donaldsonville first down.
At the 49-yard line of the Tigers of Independence.
These first 2 drives they're just marching down the field like they're part of Sherman's army.
Yeah, and they shut down the high-powered offense of this Independence Tigers team, especially Darren Brister, who's got less than 10 yards so far in this first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. They give it to Daigle again. He breaks through, gets past, and picks up about 18 on the carry. There to stop safety man Jermaine Brown. Actually, that time it was Ryan Shakespeare.
Yeah, Brown kind of slowed him up a little bit there. Coaches have to be noticing something on his handoff right up the middle. It's just absolutely nobody stopping, and Shakespeare is just running flat over him.
They go with the beard, fakes the quarterback out. Nobody's there as far as defensive end, and Orso will run for another first down. Now they're picking up 10 yards or more a carry, about 18 or 15 on that carry. The defensive ends are just not even there playing right now. Running right past them, and the cornerback has to pick one or the other, and Last few plays, the quarterback's just taking it himself.
Well, with Shea Snyder running well up the middle, I noticed that time the defensive end went back after the fake up the middle. Orso is wide open on the outside.
If it works, they'll try it again. Fumble on the play. The Eagles there to pick it up. Shea Snyder picked up about 3 or 4 on the carry. See where they mark it. Second, we'll say 5. 2nd and 5. 5 yards. That's the shortest gain of the ball game thus far for Donaldsonville. And the Tigers are going to talk about it. 129, Donaldsonville driving inside the 20-yard line. We'll be back right after these messages.
Yeah, we got old Buster Gazzardo running for state representative again. Re-elect Buster Gazzardo, number 82 for state representative in District 72. He said he's easy to find and he's eager to help, and he's not 130 miles away. Well, 130 miles away? I don't even think Baton Rouge is 130 miles away. 130 miles away, he's running against somebody he must be running against somebody from Mississippi. And BB60 Rayburn is running for re-election. I think it's not 60 more. It must be like BB88 or something. He's up there. He's number 73 for Senate. He's out of Bogalusa. Let's keep a proven leader.
Well, Louisiana's always had the kingfish in government. We got the crawfish here tonight. 1:29 remaining in the first quarter. Donaldsonville driving rather successfully here as Orso has ran the show tonight. Orso under center. Shakes not of the long setback. They'll send Landry in motion. Quarterback keeps it and makes a nice pitch. Landry still picks up 3 or 4. And that was the shortest gain of the night for Donaldsonville.
Well, what Independence has to do here, they have to hit the quarterback. If you're going to hit the quarterback like that, it looks like Orso is real comfortable in pitching the ball. And if you can hit him at the same time he's pitching the ball, force him to make an errant pitch or maybe fumble the ball, that's what Independence has to do. 3rd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Orso at quarterback.
A 3rd down and about 3. Somebody... Shea Snyder's got the 1st down and a few more.
And he brings the ball down to
the ball's going to be marked at about the 6-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. We've got a Tiger down. Number 75, Jared Rick. And that would be a tough thorn in the Tigers' side as the Rick, the 270-pound senior nose guard, offensive guard, taking his time getting off the field. Looks like it's an ankle. Hope they can get him back in there. He's been a great player for Independence for the last 2 years. Orso with less than a minute sends Landry in motion. He'll keep it himself and not get much as the Tigers' defensive ends start to react this time. There was number 88, Mike Governale.
That's the first time they actually stopped that option tonight. But one thing, whenever you get down to around the 5 or 10 yard line with the option, you got to look at them. If they don't hand off, the quarterback's going to keep it. They don't try to pitch it out too many times when you get down in the red zone. Orso is going to come to the sideline. It looks like, we're going to into the first quarter. So we're going to end this first quarter with score Donaldsonville 7 and Independence Tigers 0, with Donaldsonville knocking on the door at the 6 yard line with a 2nd down.
Well, Orso's going to walk down and talk to Coach Jimmy Dykes, who's been over there for a few years, head coach and athletic director. Coach Dykes had a lot of great athletes come this way over the years. Well, the score is 7-0. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, BB60 Rayburn and Buster Gazzardo. He's not 130 miles away.
I think he's even at the game. You know, the problem that Independence had here tonight, they've only had 2 series of downs, and it was really 3 and out, and they hadn't had time, and the ball control is going to the Donaldsonville Tigers. They've pretty much, they had a 3 series, this 3rd series this quarter, and ran up and down the field on the Independence Tigers. So it's going to, Independence is going to have to start put a ground game together just to start keeping the ball out of the offensive hands of Donaldsonville Tigers.
Couldn't agree with you more. Starting a new quarter. Orso pitch it this time. And nice stop by Phillip Jones, and also there on the stop was number 40. Of course, Chris Gallipora there on the carry was number 14, Brandon Daigle. It's 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. This would be great if the Tigers could stop them here for their confidence. Big confidence builder for Independence. Orso once again at quarterback. Sends Daigle in. He'll bootleg it, looking for a pass. Throws it deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Complete to number 86, Donnell Dorsey, one of those 2 receivers. And all he did was actually just out-jump LeBandon Chofield. As I don't actually think Orso knew where he was doing. He just threw it up in the direction to hope his man could out-jump the defender.
Well, Landry did a good move, and he was wide open out on the opposite side, and he just threw the ball up there. Dorsey's 6'2". He just kind of out-jumped. It really was a poorly thrown ball. It was just an excellent catch.
I actually thought it was going to go out of the back of the end zone for a minute. Well, that's a hook.
I've never seen somebody hit the top of those trees with a kick this year.
He was trying to kill a squirrel, or thought the uprights were on top of the scoreboard because it went that way. But nevertheless, Donaldsonville's up 13-0 with 11:11 remaining in the first half. And the Independence Tiger fans are a little stunned here early on. And I can't say I really blame them. I'm a little stunned.
I am too, and Independence, what they have to do right now is quit experimenting with that with the pass and go to what got them here, and that's Darren Brister on the run. You get the running game going, and then you can open it up with the pass, and it'll open up your passing game. With McGowan not being on tonight, if he would be on, it'd be a different story. What Independence needs right now is try to get the ball in Darren Brister's hand, even if it's on a kickoff, just to get the ball down the field.
They're going to have to do something offensively, but more than that, they're going to have to do something defensively. They really haven't stopped Donaldsonville here tonight. 13-0. Giles has it teed up. Brister back deep to receive. Yet to feel a kick. Kick. They're going to try to keep it away from Brister. Governale's got it, and he's on the knee. And the Tigers will pick it up at about the 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the own 32.
So 1st and 10 for Independence. They'll get their first chance of life here tonight in the second quarter. Terrence McGowan in at quarterback. Of course, your backs are Darren Brister and Billy Lamonte. Spread to the near side is number 81, Landon Aller. They'll give it to Lamonte. He breaks around the far side. He's got to cut through. He goes to the 50, the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds, let's say, about the 38-yard line. Great run by Billy Lamonte. Look, the fans are a little upset, saying that he was probably hit a little late, and I might even have to agree with him.
Well, it's a beautiful run by Lamonte, and actually he started out running some people, so he looked real good on that play, just kind of hit the outside. And if he starts running well, it's going to open up, give Independence Tigers another valuable asset there. They fake to him and then go to Darren Bristol.
3 backs in the backfield. This time to give it to Bristol. He gets to the outside, tries to cut through, and he's still running. There, and Brewster's now alive. And what you saw was the 2 backs there got him through the hole. He breaks down all the way down to what, the 20-yard line, 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for Independence, and this is Tiger football.
This is it. It's too late. They wait till the second quarter to come alive like this. Charlie Blackwell was putting 3 backs in the backfield and then using the first 2 to do the blocking, and then sometimes even using Bristol as a decoy like he did with the run with Gonzalez.
Go back to Bristol this time. He needs a little help. He'll get down inside the 5-yard line. Stopped there by Austin Mumphrey and also number 22, Jason Worley. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and goal to go, excuse me. No, actually, they can get the 1st down. 2nd down and about 4 to the 1st down. 6 for a touchdown.
2nd and 4 from the 5-yard line.
Aller spread to the far side. Arkeel Jackson to the near side. 3 backs. And the strong eye. They give it to Brewster. Cuts through. Gets down, we'll say, at about the 1-yard line.
It's going to be a little bit shorter first.
Have to wait for the boy the ball spotted there.
And it's timeout by the official for Mitchell.
Officials timeout. They're going to have to bring the flags down. I think he just might be a hair short.
What's a hair?
What you got on your head there, Hoffman?
And old Butch Lee said he's got the 1st down. Let's see if Butch is going to be 1 for 1 tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Good call there, Butch Lee on the camera. So 1st and goal. Big 1st down for Independence, putting them 1st and goal from the 1. If they wouldn't have made it, it'd have been 3rd down. But 1st and goal from the 1, and Bristol. We saw last week in the game against Amite, he said, when it comes time to do something, give me the ball, and that's what he did last week.
Well, he'll get his chances here again tonight. McGowan under center, pitches it to Bristol. He'll scoot through the end zone. Hit late. Where's the flag at? Oh, well, not going to be one, but he was 6 yards in the end zone when he was hit. But nevertheless, the Tigers score, cutting the margin to 7. Weatherford in for the PAT, see if they can cut it to 6. 13 to 6. And the fans come alive.
Holding would be number 22, Jermaine Singleton.
Like I said, Quentin Weatherford in for the PAT. The holder is number 22, Jermaine Singleton. Snaps high. And there's a whistle.
Where's the flag? Where's the flag?
Tell you what, if it's against Donaldsonville, you got to scratch your head, one if you want to go for 2 as well as you're running the ball right now.
Oh, it's a legal procedure against the Tigers. That'll push them back.
Oh, referees have a trigger finger on that offsides tonight.
Weatherford in for the point after.
Well, it pushes them back. I tell you what, Donaldsonville's backmen or linebackers are doing a good job of keeping everything going and moving up back and forward and back and forward. They may be causing those Tigers to jump a little bit. Referees having a little discussion. Now we're going to try it again. You got to wonder if this is distracted Quentin Weatherford. Definitely could play in favor of Donaldsonville. Low snap, no good. They're going to get to the outside. Singleton's going to try to run it.
Mix it up and ride and run it up.
And it's no good.
And it's
The attempts though with 8:54 remaining in the second quarter. It's 13-6 in favor of Donaldsonville, and there's a couple of big Donaldsonville guys down.
Well, it's a shame you get people hurt on an extra point. I don't think it was a called play. I think it was just a short snap. Singleton had the presence of mind to pick it up. Looked like he had something on the outside, but this Donaldsonville defense is real quick. And they got to the outside and got him. So when you think that a missed extra point by the Donaldsonville Tigers are going to help you, you come back and you got a missed extra point too. So when you think you have one little bit of an advantage, it's snuffed away right there real quick.
82 for Buster Gazzardo.
Tell you what, I think that Donaldsonville defensive front there on the extra point was a little intimidating. Well, the Tigers are ready to kick it off. Brister will handle those duties for Independence. 8:54 back deep to receive. For Donaldsonville will be number 37, Wellman Landry, the 5'10", 140-pound junior.
Kick it off for the Tigers will be number 20.
Also, Donnell Dorsey.
And deep reception
And number 14,
for the Tigers.
Brandon Daigle. Names we've already called a lot tonight.
Landry.
We're not finished.
No, and it's not even halftime yet. Brister, the left-footed kicker, hits it up, it bounces. Goes to Daigle. Daigle will pick it up. Flags are down. He'll scoot and go. Fumble! Independence football! If the call's against the Tigers, the Donaldsonville Tigers, that is, Independence will get possession. Donnie Williams with the recovery. They're going to wait to call. It's going to be a clip. Clipping is the call. Gets number 82, I think. It'll push them back. We'll go the other way. Independence gets the break they need. But I tell you what, we neglected to say how good of a run that was by Brandon Daigle.
Yeah, but you saw who's in on the tackle there. Darren Brister, and he was the last person. Daigle made that good of a run to where the safety man had to make the hit. And I tell you what, that was an excellent tackle by Darren Brister. He just popped him high and knocked the ball right out of his hand.
Well, Brister doesn't get a break. He'll be right back in here. Flag. And a tie. Illegal equipment. Call against Donaldsonville this time.
Handies again.
What they're probably doing is now put it in their mouthpiece. And we're nitpicking here tonight.
Oh, they certainly are. I don't know where. I've never seen these guys before.
Well, they're probably not from this area. They're either Baton Rouge area, Lafayette, or something like that. But they've come a long way to make a lot of calls. Well, it's first down and 5. Give it to Brister. He'll get through the line of scrimmage. He's going to be hit and tackled after about a 2-yard pickup there. This is number 55, Austin Mumphrey, and also big number 76, Jaya Gauss.
From the 37-yard line of the
You might see
Donaldsonville Tigers.
Billy Lamani run right now because everybody's keying on Darren Brister. He was pretty successful on the last drive with 3 or 4 long runs, and you might show him handing off the first time, especially with number 85 Brandon Carter up blocking right in the middle.
Well, they'll go right back to Brister. They'll get through the line of scrimmage and spin. Going to be stopped there by number 65, Jarvis Green, all 6'4", 220 pounds. I mean, and I'll tell you what, this defensive front of Donaldsonville starting to wear a little bit, but there's some tough guys.
Yeah, it's you getting 1 or 2 people making the tackle, because if not, Darren Brister's gone. And you know what I noticed about this Donaldsonville team? They got a whole bunch of 11 and 10s and 9s on here, not a whole bunch of seniors on this team.
The count, I didn't see more than 5. Fake, play action, setting up the screen. It's in and out of the hands of Carter, Brandon Carter. So, well, I tell you what, Donaldsonville was there for it.
Yeah, I don't think it would have gone. It looked like it took a long time to develop, and they had 3 or 4 guys that actually got behind the blockers. So it's kind of good that it was incomplete, because it probably would have been about a 3 or 4 yard loss. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line.
2nd and 10, 6:46 remaining in the first half of play. Fagin, give it to Brister. He'll run into his own man, spin on out, get hit hard, still on his feet. Picks up about 6 yards on the carry. And that's an excellent run. Wayne Wills once again on the stop. 3rd down, and we'll say 4 to go. I tell you what they're doing, they're really laying some licks on Darren Bristol. When the first guy hits him, it's usually a hard lick, and there's 2 or 3 to help out.
Same thing happened last week against A-Mead. A-Mead hit Brister hard and it held him up, but Brister's going to get his yardage.
We'll see right here. He'll try to pick to the outside. Scoots. He's going to be close to the first down, and I think he's got it and some. So 1st and 10, and what picked up the first down there was Darren Brister's cut to the outside. He cut to the outside and found some room along that sideline and picked up 6-7 more yards. 1st and 10 at about the 18-yard line of Donaldsonville. Spread to the far side is Steve Baham near Santa Biala. Brister and Lamonte, the long second. They'll give it to Lamonte up the middle. He'll bowl for about 5 yards. Boy, stopped there by big number 61, David Victor. Also number 1, Todd Williams. So it's 2nd down and 4 to go. Independence doing to Donaldsonville what Donaldsonville did to them in the first quarter, taking these long time-consuming drives, wearing down this defense. They'll give it to Bristol, last man through. He'll bust through, pick up 4, 5 yards, just shy of the touchdown. Spinning his way, and that's just a great run. He hit that hole quick.
He said 4 or 5 yards, and he spun and he got another 5. I'll tell you what, he does a good job of, he's only 180 pounds, but he's going up against some guys 240 and 250, and he'll just flat put his head down. Now, he's getting popped pretty good, but he's not afraid to go up against these guys. And that's what makes him so good. Brings up a 1st and goal at 1 foot line, so Independence in good shape here.
1st and goal. Tigers will get 4 tries. They'll give it to Brister the first time, and he'll get it. Touchdown, Independence. And they'll go for the tie. Or 4:42 remaining in the half. And so Singleton and Weatherford will try it again. And that's another bad snap. Weatherford looking, gives it to big number 40 who doesn't get in. And of course that's Galafora. And the snaps are hurting the Tigers here in the first half.
Certainly is. They had a chance of tying this ball game. You still got to be impressed with this offense that the Independence Tigers shut down in the first quarter to less than 15 yards total offense. They've come up with 2 big drives here to bring it within 1 point, 13-12, with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left. What they need to do right now with the Independence Tigers is stop Donaldsonville and then come back with another shot at trying to score without Donaldsonville going up 1 more touchdown before halftime, because Donaldsonville certainly capable of doing that. And we hadn't even seen him passing yet tonight.
I tell you what, it's a good thing, right? You got to give Quentin Weatherford a hand. He had a great awareness to take the ball and try to try to throw it, and he did throw it actually, and complete to Chris Galafora. At least gave him a chance to put some points on the board there on the play. 4:42 and Bristol tee it up for Independence. Of course, Weldon Landry back deep to receive. He'll get it this time. I don't know if he'll get this one. In the end zone, it'll be a touchback. And that saved a big run. There isn't too much Darren Brister really can't do, at least on the football field. He can do every phase of the game.
Well, if they could get him to throw the quarterback, the halfback option, he did that. Darren Brister's kicks actually helped their win last week against Amite. Kicked the ball deep every time, a couple times in the end zone, and one time when the Amite backs slipped down right around the 5-yard line, so it gave Amite kind of a tough time coming back from a 5-yard, having to go 95 yards for a touchdown.
Orso gives it to the first man through, number 15, Ryan Shakeschneider. Picks up about 2, and the Tigers looking a little better defensively right here.
Well, it'll be 2nd down and 7 to go for the first down.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7 for Independence. Actually, for Donaldsonville, excuse me. Shakeschneider on setback. Receivers split to each side. Landry in motion. They run the option, and this time Independence there. Phillip Jones and big number 76, Antonio Donahue, just swallowed the center and the quarterback at the same time.
You know what, that's reminiscent of last week when Antonio Donahue tackled Boykins for the safety, which basically was the turning point, winning point of that game last week against Amite. Donahue just blasted right past the line, tackled somebody in the backfield.
Well, David, I think we're going to get our first chance tonight to really see Orso and company in action, because they're definitely in the throwing down. Play action, got a man over the middle. Incomplete, and almost picked off. Great defense there by the Tigers. Independence, as they had 3 defensive backs in the area of Brandon Daigle, including number 24.
And, you know, like Coach Spagg said this past week on the interception that Brister had against Amite, you want to get, he doesn't normally play as a defensive back. You want to get him in when the game's on the line. You want Darren Brister being in there.
About 15, Shakeschneider.
Shakeschneider will handle the punting back deep to receive. Here's Darren Brister. So end over end kick takes a Independence Tiger bounce. It'll be marked down at the 42-yard line, and Independence a great field position with 3:14 remaining in the first half, down 13-12.
Tell you what, as quiet as it was over here in the first quarter, it's equally as quiet on the opposite side of this field in the second quarter. I think as well as Donaldsonville was playing in the first quarter, Independence has come back and they're doing just as well here, and the people over on the opposite side of the field are pretty much sitting on their hands.
Touchdown Tigers.
3 backs lined up in the eye behind McGowan. They'll give it to Brister. He'll make a nice cut, try to slip through, and he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Didn't look like it. Didn't look like it, but he was that far past the line of scrimmage before he slipped down. Number 21, Michael Landry, was in there, kind of gotten his way, made him put the move, so I guess he'll get credited with the tackle. It's going to bring up a second and about 5.5 from the 37-yard line.
Independence in the same formation. Give it to Brister again this time. He'll bust through, pick up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, and the first down. Darren Brister just bulling his way behind that offensive line and finding his holes.
Benny, what he does real well, he'll run right into the back of his lineman, and he'll just stay there, and he'll hide until he sees a hole, and then he just shoots off. Because actually he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, and then he just looks for a hole. He's got great peripheral vision, and he knows where he is on the ball field. So and that's not something that you can train somebody to do. That has to come naturally.
I've got to agree with you right there, David. They'll give it to Brister one more time. He'll cut through. He's hit. He spins for another 2 yards. And he's finally stopped down. Stopped right there by number Walter Johnson and number 77, Howard Green. Well, it brings up second down, and we'll say 5 or 6, long 5 or short 6. 1:28 remaining in the first half. And ticking, the Tigers trying to make something happen here.
Second and 6.
Brister and Lamonti in the backfield.
26-yard line.
Draw, they fake it, looking for a man downfield. He's got a man wide open. Oh, in and off of the fingertips of number 25, Arkeel Jackson. And David, that was a play that could have went. He didn't have anybody there, but a man in the end zone. He could have went close to the goal line at least on that with a good reception right there.
Early in the season, Terrence McGowan looked good in the backfield because he was taking his time. He was waiting for his people to get open. Then he was putting the ball out there. He wasn't rushed. And it seemed like tonight he's been rushed the whole time. Everything he's thrown has been either short, long. He's got some time, but he's just not taking his time.
Well, Independence coaches are going to talk about this and call timeout with 1:05.
I think Independence had too many people on the field there. And good call by Terrence McGowan trying to get a timeout before they got a 5-yard penalty. They've got 3rd and 5 right now. The ball's located 25-yard line. Got 1 minute and 5 left. Benny, 4-down territory?
Oh, definitely 4-down territory, especially with only a minute remaining in the first half. Tell you what, you can see the level of play here by Independence is definitely rose. Tigers team is really fired up offensively and defensively, playing hard.
And all they need to do, Benny, is every once in a while come out, let Donaldsonville's going to get some yardage on you, and they need to just shut him down and force him to punt or force him to make a turnover. And that's certainly what they've done in the second quarter. The punt and the turnover on the kickoff, and put Independence back into this ball game.
Down by 1 with 1:05. Independence will stack it up. Give it to Brister, looking for a block. Doesn't get but 1. Picks up about 2 yards. Going to be short of the first down. Brings up 4th down and about 2. Clock's ticking.
Picks up about 2 yards. Brings up 4th down and about 4 to go for the first down.
4th down and 4 to go. He's got a man wide open. It's complete. Lamonti held on as he bobbled it and picked up the first down, and more importantly, went out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Oh, Billy Lamonti, you could give me a heart attack. and McGowan had the patience there just to lay the ball out, and Lamonti made an excellent play. Big 4th down play.
And the clock starts to tick. Wisely, McGowan stops the clock, and he'll come over and discuss it with the Independence coaching staff. Coach Keith Corona up in the press box calling the plays. Down on the field, Coach Ron Jinka, of course, head coach Charlie Baglio, overseeing everything here tonight, I guarantee you. McGowan under center. Got a man open if he can complete it. Touchdown, Arkeel Jackson. On the fade route, just kind of faked out the coverage there, man to man, and Arkeel found his way open.
McGowan just laid the ball out. The cameraman up here was asking me, said, who's the best receiver out there? And I said, well, they run the ball so much, they really don't have a best receiver. I think we just nominated one.
Well, Independence will We'll call timeout. And talk about this extra point. I think Coach Baglio and staff is probably debating on whether to go for 2. In fact, I don't have to think much about that one.
Don't forget to visit the concession stand at halftime. Pick up some hot pizza, a jambalaya. You might want a Coke and some peanuts. Go down and support the bad boosters and the LA boosters.
Well, the Tigers have arrived in the second half, but they woke up and came to play here. They really seem to be fired up.
And the Tigers are lining up again.
Tigers look like they're going to go for 2. Quentin Weatherford isn't in there. McGowan calling his own play here. They got 3 backs stacked behind quarterback Terrence McGowan. The eyes dotted with Brister. They'll give it to him. He's hit head on. He'll try to make something out. Can't get to the outside. Looking, scoots back. Looking, trying to make, he's got a little block. He picks up a block. Yes, Darren Brister. Oh, Lordy. Oh. I'll go left. I'll go right, go back, scoot around. I don't think I could follow that trail if I was playing dot to dot.
And you know, I don't know who it was. I think it was Billy Lamont who made that block. But you know, when I saw him reverse the field, I looked over there, I said, there's nobody gonna catch him to the other side of the field. And he thought for just a moment that he was gonna go that way, and then he stopped and went back. And good thing Billy Lamont was there, because that was a heck of a block. And if it wasn't Billy Lamont, we'll look on the film and we'll see who it was. But whoever that was a heck of a block, and you just added 2 points to your team's point total here.
It was a great block, and Darren Brister. Dotted the eye right there.
Just going to point out that at number 14, I'm sorry, number 37, Landry is deep for the Tigers of Donaldsonville.
Well, guess what? Bristol will have to kick it off. 21 seconds remaining in the half. And Bristol kicks it end over end. It pops. It's going to be picked up by number 15, who's hit hard by number 6 for Independence, Jermaine Brown. We got 16 seconds remaining in the first half.
Richard Labertina and number 50, Fire Tenor on the stop. First and 10 for the Donaldsonville Tigers at the 35-yard line.
Orso and company's got his receivers spread out. ATN around. And that's going to be the end of the first half as they bring down Brandon Daigle after a nice pickup. And the Tigers, well, there's a question on the play. Excuse me, we'll have to bring him back. But the Tigers, after being down 13-0, take a lead, 20-13. The call is holding against Donaldsonville. So the Tigers will march in to the Tiger Den with a 7-point lead.
From the Giant 35 with 53 seconds left in the half. Here comes Swilling, can't get him underneath. And Callaway tackled immediately, short of the first.
Until Independence got their offense on track with Darren Brister. Hey, play of the game so far, what you figure it is?
The extra point. That's why I said 18 points. That other 2 is just a whole different story. Darren Brister will kick it off, and we'll forget about this one. Well, flag's down.
And there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I commented and said 18 points, but I wanted to hear what you had to say about that extra 2.
And I asked the people down there on the field that were down on that side, and they said it was unbelievable. And it was number 41, Billy Lamont, that did make that play.
He hit number 82, Roy Chapman, and just laid him for a lick.
He marked off 5 yards and re-kicked from the 45-yard line.
We're missing a call. What was the call? Lined up offside?
Yeah, illegal procedure on the receiving team.
Well, that's unusual. So Bristol get a little 5-yard boost there.
Hey, you don't usually line up offside on a receiving team.
To get a chance to see if he can kick it in the end zone one more time, which not going to be quite as much as a problem. Back deep to receive is Waylon Landry, number 37. The talented junior.
Mr. Ruiz will reach to the kick for the Tigers. And if you approach,
Well, we can forget about that one. As it goes about 8 yards deep in the end zone, it'll be a touchback, and Donaldsonville will start at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Of course, Donaldsonville has a quarterback, as we said earlier, who's thrown for over 1,400 yards, Trey Orso. His two favorite targets are number 37, Waylon Landry, who has over 600 yards catches, and Donnell Dorsey, the lone senior receiver, who has about 550 yards receiving, plus a big touchdown grab here tonight. Donaldsonville will start it. Long setback is Ryan Shakeschneider, the fullback. And it's going to be the option, and they got opted out there by big Antonio Donahue, who's having a good time tonight, and also Philip Jones. And number 88, Mike Governale.
Well, you know what scares me about Independence shutting down to that option is Orso coming out and throwing, because they certainly have the capabilities of doing that. That's what got him here, and we just hadn't seen him do that yet tonight.
You're right. We keep waiting to see him go to the air. But their game plan was the option.
1st and 10. And
Roll out. He's going to look. It's going to be complete to Landry, and he'll pick up about 15, 18 on the catch. Good enough for a first down. And that was kind of basically looked like almost the receiver screen. He kind of waited for the receivers to clear out and threw underneath.
It was. He had 3 people out there. That's a good-looking play, actually. And he hit Landry in stride. Landry was almost wide open when he caught the ball. It was about a 15-yard pickup, enough for a first down.
Those good Tigers.
Orso with Landry in motion, running the option. He's got a little running room.
Right side,
And he'll bull for the first down, pick up about 12 before he's finally stopped there by Donnie Williams.
And the ends don't look like they're picking up the ends are supposed to pick the quarterback or the backup, and it doesn't look like they're picking up the quarterback. They're getting hemmed in or blocked down on, and they're just letting they're not doing anything to contain the quarterback. They just let the quarterback get on the outside, and Orso's doing a good job of reading it and getting outside and picking up enough for the first down.
Coach Sammy Messina sending in those defensive signals. And you know he does a good job. On the option, quarterback makes a nice move, but Governale's there to come from behind and help out right there. Basically, they did it right that time, but the quarterback made a pretty good cut.
about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 yards.
Yeah, it did. And number 90, Keith Jones, did a good job of forcing him back to the inside.
8 yards.
Hadn't seen Orso pitch that much tonight, but he really hadn't had to. He's been real successful up the middle with Daigle and Shakeschneider, and then he's been successful running himself on the outside.
Looking underneath, they're going high up top. Complete to Donnell Dorsey. Nice over-the-shoulder grab. There on the coverage was LaBrandon Tofield.
Tofield had pretty good coverage, but you know what? Dorsey looks like he dekes the guy a pretty good bit, because he was running, and all of a sudden he started slowing up like the ball was overthrown, and it just dropped right in his hands.
Tell you what, a good job of throwing the ball that time by Orso. He was either going out of bounds or Dorsey was going to catch it. On the pitch, loose ball. Come away with it. Tigers have it. And oh, the pitch. That's 2 pitches tonight that have cost Donaldsonville.
From the 30-yard line. 29-yard line.
Hey, that's a great break for the Tigers. Donaldsonville was driving right there, and the errant pitch.
Shoot, they were driving. They were doing everything right. You know, hey, so
McGowan's still the quarterback for the Tigers.
sort of like Cleveland, huh? One bad pitch.
I like that one, Dave. Well, Tigers will suit it up, go the other way. The quarterback remains Terrence McGowan. Long setback, different set tonight from earlier tonight. Brister, he'll get the ball. He's breaking. He's got to get past one guy. He's a 50, the 40. He stays on his feet and goes all the way to the 30-yard line, 28, before he's finally brought down by a host of Donaldsonville Tigers.
And what I do every time I see a long play like that, look back upfield and there's no handkerchiefs down. Big, big run. I tell you what, Benny, you and I could have run through the hole that they had there. It would have taken us longer to get to it, but we could have run through that hole.
You're right. Safety saved that one, Todd Williams, the 6'2", 188-pound senior. They give it to the big fullback, Lamonte. He'll get about 5 before he's stopped by number 61, David Victor.
Goes down to the 21-yard line for a pickup of about 7 yards.
Actually, it was 7. It'll be second down and about 3 yards to go. Now entering the ball game, Kerry Watkins, a 6'5", 235-pound sophomore. He's in at tackle. McGowan. Fake it, give it to Bristol. He'll break, and he's hit by Victor again.
Good play. You know, McGowan does a good job of play faking because he sticks that empty hand into Lamonte's stomach and then holds it out. Does a good job of hiding and holds it out and then gives it to Brister. Brister had a hole there, but nobody blocked number 61, David Victor. And Victor's only, they show him as 6 foot 164, but he hits like he's a lot bigger than that.
I tell you what, he's really aggressive. 3rd down and 3 yards to go for Independence. They'll give it to Brister. He'll fight his way. Flags are down. And he stopped that time by number 55, Austin Mumphrey. Flag is down.
Don't look good.
It's usually in the vicinity of holding. We'll wait the call. Holding is the call against the Tigers.
Gonna bring up a 3rd. Well.
So they'll mark off 10.
And that'll be 10 yards the previous spot. And it'll bring up 3rd down. At about 13.
3rd down and 13 to go for Independence. McGowan sends Bayham and Emory Robinson to the far side. Well, Bayham to one side, Robinson to the near side with Arkeel Jackson. Fakes the draw. He's looking. He's got Arkeel open. It's complete. And Arkeel's got the 1st down. He needs to get a block. He gets one. He'll touchdown. He'll score. Thanks to the block by Bayham. Steve Bayham with a big block there. So Independence with a big 3rd down and 13. Goes down 3rd down and about 36.
You know, good presence, field presence there by Jackson because he had to get 13. He caught the ball at 14 yards, and then all he had to do was break one tackle, and he was in the end zone.
Steve Bayham with that block held up that defensive back. Time for Jackson to scoot across the end zone line. All right, the Tigers will try it again. Snap's perfect this time. And Weatherford clears the uprights. And the Tigers go up 27-13 with 7:30 remaining in the 3rd.
Tigers of Donaldsonville 13.
And tonight's ball game is by BB60 Raven. Number 73 for Senate. Let's keep a proven leader. And Buster Gazzarda. Buster Gazzarda is only 1 mile away. Number 82 for state representative in District 72.
I think he's a couple rows away, huh?
Yeah, I think he is. He's not 130 miles away, and you know what? He's at the ball game tonight. So I don't think the guy from New Roads is at the ball game tonight. So it's Buster Gazzarda and 60 Raven, both of them running for state representative, representing this area.
And back, the deep reception for the Donaldsonville is number 37, Landry.
Well, it'll be Darren Brister teeing it up to kick it off.
Number 24, Brister.
Nice line drive kick. It scoots. Nice scoop there by Landry. He's at the 20, 25, 30, 32, and he stopped.
And a hurdle, and he stopped around in 50.
By number 20, Donnie Williams. Also there on the stops, number 50, Cyan Tanner. So Donaldsonville will take over, 1st and 10, and about their own 34-yard line. We'll say 33-yard line.
I think we're going to see Air Orso.
Air Orso, well, we've heard a lot about it. Take a chance to see it. Orso under center. Throws underneath. Great plays. Complete to Landry. Nice hit by number 50, Emery Robinson.
Number 24, 21.
Also does a good job of putting the ball on the nickel. And then number 21, Landry, wants to start a fight on the sidelines with all the Independence people right there. And Chris Gallipore had to go tell him to get back into the huddle
And
there.
there is a portion of the play. Timeout runner for the measurement.
Looks like they're going to measure for it. It looks like he got enough for the first down, but they're going to bring the chains all the way from the other side. Bush Lee's camouflaged here. He can't give us the old one eye. Tell you what, those quick passes like that to pick up 10 yards, they can move right down on the field. You know this Donaldsonville's team's going to score. You just don't want them to score real quick with a 14-point lead. You don't want to get them in striking distance.
That's 1st and 10 for DeVille. Orso. Shake Schneider will be behind him. 2 backs in the slot. Landry and Daigle.
And the game is number 20.
Give it on a speed play to a new back, number 20, and he can run. That's Gregory Scott, a sophomore. Emery Robinson makes another great stop. Right there, the old speed play kind of that Amy uses.
Looks like an Amy play.
Yeah, that's what.
Looks like Amy
Great.
A Derek Yates play for Hammond.
They got the ball in his hands and he scooted around the end. 1st down and 10. Donaldsonville's driving again. It's time they give it to Daigle. He won't go anywhere on the same play to the other side.
Same play the other side. In on tackles, number 90, Philip Jones, and also number 40, who else? Chris Gallipore. And Daigle's hobbling getting up.
Well, now in defense, number 24, Darren Brister. Tony O'Donoghue will come over to the side and take a well-deserved rest. And this is where Coach Joe Levine's troops, the defensive back, get a little workout.
2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Always well-coached secondary here at Independence High School.
Who's that, Joe Levine?
Joe Levine. Orso. Let's turn up. And Donnie Williams. There on the play. We didn't see it. I was going to just compliment him on great job, but the handkerchief's out. Must have touched him just a little early, but it was pretty close.
They got it on Donnie Williams that time. Looked like a pretty good play, a pretty good defensive play. Tell you what, Axel almost caught the ball, and that would have been a heck of a catch.
We got defensive pass interference, that's automatic push down. The ball rested at the 25-yard line of the Tigers.
Well, it's another first down and 10 at the 25 of Independence. Orso has Shake Schneider behind him. He's going to fake, give and go. He's got Williams. Williams is there. Great defense that time. Donnie Williams wasn't going to be fooled again.
And Emory Robinson was over there, too. I thought Emory Robinson had a shot at the interception.
I'll tell you what, Donnie recovered really well. He looked like he was initially beat, but he seems to have pretty good speed. He caught up with him and was there.
Yeah, Donnie's one of the fastest kids on the team. He did a good job of turning around. He did get beat on that pump and go. I would have, too. It was a good play.
Second down at 10. The fans are hollering defense here at Tiger Stadium. Go underneath, and well, Tigers got a break. As Gregory Scott couldn't hang on.
That'll be Gregory Scott.
Independence sends in 2 more defensive backs. They're going to go to the nickel with Darren Brister and Jermaine Singleton.
You know, Darren Brister can get 300 yards rushing. He'll kick off, he'll receive punts, he'll play some defense, and you never see him get tired.
Must be in incredible shape. Orso, 3-man strips to the left side. He's looking. He slips, and the Tigers get a break. Flag goes down. And that's in the vicinity of holding.
Certainly is. I think it'll be declined.
6 yards. There's a buck on the play.
It looked like a space mask against Donaldsonville. You're going to have to decline it and bring a 4th down.
Now, this indication.
It'll bring 4th.
It's against the Tigers. Face mask against Independence.
That's going to be a first down.
A little shy.
I didn't see it from this side. It must have come from the other side.
Well, the referees are going to discuss this one.
That was a big.
I think they're trying to figure out where the infraction took place, and
I don't see how you can get a face mask if the guy fell down.
Face mask against Tiger Independence.
Oh, it was definitely one of the defensive linemen.
I take the ball down to the 16-yard line.
Third down and about 1.
There's a big penalty there because it put Donaldsonville in a 4th down situation back at the 30, out of field goal range, and been about 15 yards for a first down. Now it gives them 3rd and 1.
Antonio Donahue, could he hang? I don't know if he hung on. No, they're helping out. Was
brings up 4th down.
number 50, Zion Tanner, but Big Antonio.
Close.
Timeout official from
And they're going to call timeout, David, and judge it. Our cameraman says first down.
If it is, it'll be first to 10 from the 15, and it's just short. I don't know. Hey, not going to give it to him.
inches. 4th down.
Butch must have looked at it with his wrong eye. You bad eye there, Butch. Yeah, 4th down. What Independence needs here is another slip.
Tigers line it up. Quarterback will surge forward, and he's got the first.
Dives for the first down. First and 10.
It's safe to say it is a first down here.
The 14-yard line of the Tigers.
First and 10 from the 14 of the Tigers. Quarterback on the option, he'll keep it, flags down.
There's another flag on the play.
Orso with a nice little run there. It's going to be all for nothing.
I'll tell you what, these referees are pretty independent because each one of them throws a flag. You don't see 2 or 3 guys throw a flag on the same place, so it's like everybody has a quota or something that they have to get. Baggs is calling for a special defense here. Dan Brister's going in.
The 19-yard line of it.
Well, they're bringing a couple more defensive backs. Donahue and Tanner will come to the sideline. Also, he's under heavy pressure. He throws it. Great play by guess who? 24, Darren Brister. LeBrandon Toville on the coverage and safety.
That brings up second down.
That ball was on the nickel.
Beautiful pass. They just, right there, Brister came out of nowhere to knock it out of their hands of the wide open, the open receiver, Donnell Dorsey. He wasn't really wide open.
And Dorsey had, it was a good coverage by Tofield, but he had his back to him to where he shielded it to where he could catch the ball, but Darren Brister just came up from underneath and then knocked the ball down.
Second and 15. No good. Try to slant it.
It brings up third down.
So David rings up a third down and 15 to go for the Tigers. Orso has Landry going out. Daigle is in. Dorsey and Landry split to the far side. On setback is Shake Schneider. Rolling out. He's got a look. He's got one man open. He tosses it. Incomplete. That's the first miss of the night by Donnell Dorsey. But I tell you what, you see the little athletic ability of Orso as he avoided a rush for quite some time there.
He missed 3 or 4 people in the last shot by Chris Gallifore right there to hurry him. But I thought he was actually throwing to somebody else, and then Dorsey comes up with the ball, with his ball, hand on the ball.
Dorsey's just going to be where the ball is, more or less.
Yeah, I'd look for him every play too.
Well,
he looks like he makes his catch with no effort at all. He's like Michael Irvin, you know, no effort. It just falls in your hand.
Well, it's 4th down and 15. 4th and about 19 for a score. Orso looks in, he'll call timeout. 4:02 remaining in the third quarter. And we'll take time for David to tell us about our sponsors.
Oh, I got an easy job this week. Buster Gazzarda and both BB60 Raven are running for state representative in District 73 and District 82, or 72 respectively, and they've both been sponsoring most of our games this year, so I'd like for you to consider them when it comes time to vote. And there's Buster Gazzarda and both he and BB60 Raven. Big 4th down and about 16, 17 from the 20-yard line. Basically in the same place they were last time whenever Orso slipped in the backfield and Donaldsonville got the advantage of a face mask penalty there. But really, Donaldsonville's been in this part of the field for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes and really hadn't been able to do much. Been a lot of time and a lot of effort, but there's nothing to show for it yet.
Tigers will try it again. Orso shakes Snyder behind him. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. He's looking. He's got a man deep in the end zone. It's out of the end zone. The pass was intended for number 21, Michael Landry. And the Tigers will take over on downs. Torrey Robertson added the pressure along with Mike Governale, who forced Orso to get rid of the football, and the Tigers escape another potential score by Donaldsonville. They're still leading 27-13, and Terrence McGowan and friends will come in and try to put some more points on the board for Independence.
Once again, we'd like to thank Jimmy Moore for donating the target here that was thrown on last week's ball game. Well, let's know that we appreciate your support.
McGowan brings him to the line, have 2 backs behind him. That'll be Lamonti and Brister. Brister gets the call. He's going to get to the outside. Cut back in, look for a little running room, picks up more, 15, 16 yards. 1st and 10 for Independence, courtesy of Darren Brister.
Come on, give Donaldsonville's defensive back some credit there, because they were blocked and came around, spun around, and then still came back to make the tackle. Because Darren Brister was on a roll, and he had the over pursuit by the defensive backs, and which aided the blocking of Independence there, but they did a good job of coming back and tackling them only for about a 12-yard gain. With 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
McGowan bringing the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage.
Gowan's got him in the eye. Brister dots it, he'll get the call. Cuts to the outside, looks a little block. Tries to make something happen, and he'll be stopped by about 4 receivers, but not until he picks up 21. Stopped there by number 21, Michael Landry, and also number 20, Gregory Scott.
Another big play. You know, in the 1st quarter, we saw where Dan Brister was being held to 2 and 3 yards a carry. That's not going to last long, because eventually he's going to pop one on the outside and he's going to be gone. I've not seen a defense that can really shut him down so far this year.
McGowan gives it to Brister again. He'll scoot for about 7. And what you're seeing, too, is the defensive back and the safety and the corners here tonight play a little deeper than most of the defensive Independence has played against this year. And that enables him to stop it. You know, somebody come and help once he busts through the initial defensive line and linebackers. So he's really got to turn on the afterburners to beat the secondary.
Yeah, those guys are having an opportunity to at least see him before he runs right by him.
Tigers remain in the eye. 2 receivers to the near. They'll give it to Lamonti, and he'll bull his way for about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
The ball has now been played from the 37-yard line.
Yeah, they've been running to the short side of the field most of the night, and I can see the way that the Donaldsonville defense is, like you noted before, the defensive backs, number 32 is playing 12 yards off the line of scrimmage on that other side. If they run to that open side of the field, they just betting on their pursuit to come over there and pick them up. But look at the outside on this right-hand side.
They give it to Brister. He'll follow some. Gets stopped. It's going to be a little shy, actually. It's going to be close to the 1st down. Looks to be a little shy.
A short game. Break the 4th down.
4th down and about a yard and a half, 2 yards.
And about a yard and a half for the 1st down.
Gonna go for it.
And Independence, feeling confident here with 1:24 remaining in the 3rd, is going to go for it. Three backs behind Brister. He's not going to get it. Stopped by a host of Donaldsonville players, led by Landry. Also there helping out was number 62, Jason Green.
First time he's been stopped all night for no gain. looks like Donaldsonville pretty much knew what was going to go on that play. Well, they knew that Darren Bristol was going to get the ball, but they had the hole picked also. That's a big turnaround right there for Donaldsonville Tigers. With less than a minute left in the third quarter, they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Clock's running.
1st and 10 for Donaldsonville at their own 38-yard line.
40 seconds left now.
Well, we got about 40 seconds remaining in the third. Flags are down.
Too much time.
It's going to be too much time to lay a game. They'll mark off 5 against Donaldsonville, and they'll start 5 in the hole. 1st and 15 to go. About 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's been quite a long third quarter. Orso under center, Shake Snyder behind him. Great defense and great, I thought it was a catch there for a minute. I was getting ready to say how great a catch that was by Waylon Landry. Donnie Williams was winning step for step, but these receivers from Donaldsonville do an exceptional job of making things happen.
Tell you what, Orso has been on the nickel for all of his throws tonight. They all had been caught. Some of them had pretty good defensive plays on it, and some of them were dropped, but he's been on the nickel.
All right, so that quarterback, 2nd and 15. He's back to throw. And the pass is thrown out to number 4.
Incomplete. Intended for number 14, Brandon Daigle.
Brings the 3rd down and 15.
There on the coverage was number 6, Jermaine Brown.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 15. And Orso's just not having anybody catch the ball. And everybody on this team has pretty good hands except for tonight. Orso's having some time. Even when he doesn't get time, he has a good athletic ability to get on the outside and buy himself a little more time.
Orso looking deep. He's got a man. Intercepted by you-know-who. Darren Bristol. He cuts through and picks his way. Orso turned it loose to deep center field, but Independence's center fielder is better than most.
Yeah. Well, you know, in a game like this, you got to go. You got to keep Brister in there because he's going to be the guy that makes it. You're gonna ride his back. If you're going to win, you're going to win with Darren Brister. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose with Darren Brister. So that's the end of the third quarter, and with the Independence Tigers leading 27, Donaldsonville 13. It's the start of the fourth quarter, and I tell you what, we've seen both teams move the ball real well. It's just a couple of turnovers, but Donaldsonville has kept them. They have a couple drives that were going, and a fumble, and then not being able to convert on 4th down down around the 10-yard line, and then also on this interception. So, how many has done? So big fourth quarter. Independence has the ball now, 1st and 10 at the Donaldsonville 33-yard line. McGowan's coming in with the play.
I guess we got close to 100. Well, play resumed. It'll be Tigers ball. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Terrence McGowan under center.
Tigers in the eye. They'll fake it, give it to Brister. He'll pick up about 6. Waiting for the face mask call. We saw it over here, but didn't quite see it on the other side.
And about 8 for the first down. Ball to the rest of the 30-yard line.
Goes Jimmy Dykes over there letting the referees know what he thinks. Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Lamonte and Brister are your running backs. McGowan gives it to Brister again. He'll slip as he's tackled. Basically will give the stop to Howard Green.
And it makes the 3rd down. And still 7 yards over the 1st down.
So it brings up 3rd down and 7 for Independence. Tell you what, David, if Independence escapes tonight with a victory, it's still too close to call. They ought to feel fortunate because they face one of the better teams, I guarantee you, in probably the whole playoff system. And I realize they could have beat Lutcher last week, beat St. James. It's a talented group. McGowan looking downfield. He's going to throw. It's complete to Arkeel Jackson. That's going to be a little shy of the 1st down. Actually pretty close, but a little shy, about a yard shy. And Arkeel's made the big catches tonight.
Yeah, he's really the player that they've been going to on that 3rd down. You know, McGowan's rolling out, and it doesn't look like Jackson is his main receiver. You got Lamonte down there, and then also Aller going out, and he's just waiting, and then Jackson's coming all the way from the other side of the field.
He's a safety valve. He drags across the field after most of the defensive backs and everybody's picked somebody up, so somebody's got to react to him a little later.
Well, whoever's got to pick him up's got to follow him all the way across the field. Holy mackerel. They measured for that?
About a yard and a little bit short. So the ring up 4th down, about a yard. They tried it a little while ago. They stopped Brister. Be a good time to maybe shovel it over to Lamonte instead.
Yeah, it might be a good play because the Donaldsonville Tigers are keying on Darren Brister right now, and Lamar might not be a bad call right up the middle.
Fourth down and 1. McGowan's going to go to the line. He got Brister. They're going to give it to him. He's going to cut and get the 1st down and get a little bit more. And Arkeel Jackson lets us know they got the 1st.
Yeah, I'd like to have
That left side of that offensive line is just surging.
And I'd like to have Lamonte blocking for me out there. I tell you what, he pops up in there every time.
Tell you what, he's done a great job. He usually pushes somebody back. 9:50 and ticking here. Independence up 27-13 here in the 4th quarter.
McGowan with a quarterback.
They'll give it to Brister again. He'll bust through. Nice move. Oh, Darren Brister down about the 1-yard line. What a run. 20-yard pickup.
I tell you what, I thought he was tackled about 2 or 3 times there, and he just weaves in and out, and looks like we might have a timeout, have a Donaldsonville Tigers down. The ball's going to be a 1-yard line, 1st and 10. And I tell you what, you talk about a totally different Donaldsonville and a total different Independence game than that 1st quarter that we saw. And if I was stuttering a little bit, I was trying to listen. It sounds like Hammond High won 14-0 over Broke Ridge. Quick game tonight.
You got a score over there yet?
Yeah, 14-0, Hammond High won. So we're looking pretty good. Get Amite and Albany and Kentwood. We got Kentwood and Covington and LaRonger's in the playoffs. So we're well represented in this area this year.
Yeah. The Duke playing 1st and goal for the 1.5-yard line.
9:11 remaining in the contest. Brister, quarterback sneak, and that'll be a touchdown. Oh, Terrence McGowan. As it looks like they were keying that time on Brister. We've got 9 minutes remaining, and Quentin Weatherford will come in for the PAT.
Got some bad information. Hammond High lost 14 to nothing.
Hammond High lost 14 now.
Weatherford attempted to point out to hold it, number 22, Jermaine Singleton.
Snaps down, kicks up. It looks to be good. And it'll bring the score to 34 to 13 in favor of the Independence Tigers.
And Benny, if Independence holds on tonight to win, they come back home again next week and play the winner of the Belchase St. James game.
Another tough.
Yeah, if St. James wins, I guess Independence is almost in their district now. When are they going to play them all? Independence has a long, hard road in this.
They really got inside the bracket. Their side of the bracket is really loaded with some talented teams.
Yeah, the only people you don't see in there is St. Aug and Salmon and Curtis. Because they got everybody as tough on their side of that bracket.
I even think Carr's on their side, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you got to beat them all.
High school graduates here, fits in his elbow. Everybody fits in his elbow.
So Darren Brewster will kick it off.
And the ball is
Bobbled, picked up, and then picked up once again Worley. Worley spinning and whirling, he picks up, he's still moving. He's finally brought down by Mike Governale and LeBrandon Toefield.
and there is
You know, when things start not to go right for you, just like on that play, ball goes between the guy's legs, he almost gets nailed back at the 20-yard line. So I got a feeling we're going to see nothing but throwing right now by Trey Orso. Trey Orso is only a junior, so he'll be back this year. We noticed there's a lot of young kids on this
I
team.
think this will be a team to look out for next year. They don't have it like 5 seniors. They're going to try the reverse this time. It's going to go to Dorsey, and he picks up probably about 5 before he's stopped by Governale. Flags down, and it'll be a face mask.
Yeah, one of those
about a gain of about 4 yards.
inverting face mask, just got his hand in there. Donnie Williams did a good job, open field tackle, and just hit him. Was also in on tackle was Mike Governale, and I think Mike got his hand in there a little bit. Nothing intentional, just aggressive play. Hey, yeah.
So flagrant face mask.
Yeah, got him 15 yards. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the Independence 45-yard line. We got 8 minutes and 25 seconds left in this ball game.
Orso under center. He's going to drop back. He's under heavy pressure. He'll just throw it away. There was Phillip Jones putting the pressure on Orso.
And he throws incomplete.
And the Independence defense pretty much knows
And 10 from the 45.
that Donaldsonville's going to be throwing, so they just kind of pinning their ears back. Yeah, Donaldsonville hadn't gone anything over the middle tonight or anything short, so you can pretty much turn your linebackers loose and let them start coming up, because most of the passes they go to are the wide outs.
Orso looking over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10.
Overthrown, incomplete, 3rd down and 10.
Orso's losing his composure because he was really on, but now that Independence knows he's throwing the ball, he's kind of lost his composure, and he looked like he's rushing the ball a little bit. But you're right, this is going to be a team to look for next year.
Oh, no doubt about it.
I tell you what, after the first quarter, I thought it was a team we'd have to look at this year.
You're right. Secondary and a man-to-man. Also under some heavy pressure, and he'll slip. As Phillip Jones was there, and big number 78, Brandon Dufresne.
About 19.
Big play there. Gonna bring up a 4th and 19. with 7:45 left in the ball game. Looks like the punting team's coming in.
4th and 18 for the Donaldsonville Tigers.
Darren Brewster's back to receive. I think he's just going to let him kick it over his head, thinking that they might go for the fake. Short snap. And Brewster's just going to let this one bounce. Ball's going to stop right around the 10-yard line. Be first and 10, Independence at the 10. 7 minutes left in the ball game.
7 minutes left, and the Tigers take over 34-13 here in the 4th quarter. Independence, once again, I can't say, was a little shaken there in the 1st quarter as Donaldsonville jumped up to a 13-0 lead, but settled down, and it's been all Indy since then, scoring 34 unanswered points. And as usual, throughout most of his career, at least 3 years of his career, Darren Brewster led the way. McGowan in at quarterback. They'll give it to Brewster. He'll cut, looking for some help, get around the far side, get to 15, 18, 20-yard line, pick up of about 10, and that was a hard 10.
I think I know why Brewster let him kick the ball over his head. So now he can get about a 90-yard run. He wants to top it off with a long run. Brewster way over 150, maybe close to 200 yards tonight. Easy. And that's what his average is. He's had 10 games this year, 2,050 yards, so he's over 200 yards a game on an average, not counting his kickoff, punt returns, receptions, interception returns. Yeah, interception returns, everything.
6:39. Hey, Fagin gonna give it to Brewster. He's gonna try to get to the outside. He's got to beat one man. He does. And that's another first down.
That's the slowest reverse I've ever seen set up in my life. McGowan turned around, and whoever he was supposed to hand off to wasn't there, so he ran. He did what you know, what's the best thing to do: run straight for Brewster and hand the ball to him. Gonna bring up first and down, 31-yard line. We've got 6:25 left in the ball game.
Donnie Williams now into the contest. And Darren Brewster will come out. And the crowd stands up and shows their appreciation.
31-yard line.
Donnie Williams will get the call. And he stopped that time by number 24, Wayne Wells.
That shows you Donnie Williams got good speed, but it shows you how much speed Brewster has to get to the outside. Basically the same play they've been running all night with Brewster. Lost about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 14. 27-yard line. And it looks like Coach Baggs is starting to rotate some people in.
Lamonte and Williams. Lamonte gets the call. Flag goes up. Lamonte picks up about 6, but there's a flag on the play. And another flag even later. Oh, and a bad side. Lamonte is down.
Legal procedure against the Tigers of Independence.
A legal procedure against Indy.
Let's hit for Lamonte.
And Billy Lamonte will walk off on his own.
I think it's time to give him a break.
I tell you, he's played a great ball game tonight. Talk about a 110% effort. He's giving it tonight. .35 remaining in this contest. And we've been very fortunate here tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
The weather has been kind to us.
second and 19.
Second and 19, McGowan under center, Williams along setback. He'll get the call. Bust through, he shows his speed.
Off the left side of the line, he runs it down.
He stopped there by number 61, David Victor.
Down and Skip Square to go for the first down.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 11. Yeah, 4:35 remaining in the contest. Timeout is the call, and we'll hear from our sponsors one more time.
That's right. Buster Gazzardo, state representative for District 72. Re-elect Buster, number 82 for state representative in District 72. He's easy to find, and eager to help. And BB60 Rayburn, re-elect BB, number 73 for Senate. Let's keep a proven leader. We'd like to thank the sponsors for tonight's ball game, both BB60 Rayburn and Buster Gazzardo, both of them running for state representative representing this area.
Play right here at Tiger Stadium next Friday. Should Bell Chase win, we'll have to go to Bell Chase.
Well, it was just announced if Bell Chase wins, we travel to Bell Chase, and if St. James wins, we play right here at Independence Tiger Stadium.
Place and listen for the time and place. There may be some change or some new scenario that I'm not aware of.
Well, it looks like Independence is going to improve to 11-0 for the season. All they need to do is run this next 4 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. And Arshel Jackson on the reverse comes around, picks up about 6 yards, but it's still going to be far from a first down. It's going to be 4th down and about 7 or 8 yards.
Be sure to check the local paper.
Jason Green in on the tackle. Quentin Weatherford going to be back to punt.
Davis has a kick punted last year as a freshman, this year as a sophomore. We've seen what he could do at the first kick tonight. He really boomed it.
Yeah, second kick was bad. First one turned over and went in the end zone 55 yards. The second one was about a 45-yarder. So
the receivers for the other team are giving it respect to him here.
Yep, can't return it if you kick it out of bounds.
Break goes out of bounds.
33-yard line. Well, Donaldsonville Tiger will take over 1st and 10.
Donaldsonville's going to have the ball 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. That's a good kick because anytime you get Dorsey or Landry, the ball in their hands, they sure have the capabilities of doing something. You don't want to give up a 10-second touchdown there to bring Donaldsonville within striking distance.
Well, Orso and company pitch it around Daigle on the reverse. Daigle, real flashy runner. Picks up a big gain, about 18 yards before he's stopped by a host of Independence Tigers, led by number 23, Richard Levatino, and number 20, Donnie Williams.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Independence hasn't done well this afternoon is tackle downfield. They've too many missed tackles. They have to improve on that going into the playoffs.
Also with a nice pass off the fingertips of Dorsey, and that's the first one he's put his hands on tonight that he really didn't bring down.
And he was open. Actually, they show him only as 6'2", but out there he looks a lot taller than that, and I guess because of the reach that he has, he certainly could have caught that ball, and also throwing the ball in a position where nobody could catch it except the receiver that he's throwing to, and it's just that Dorsey didn't come down with that one that time.
Orso, three-step drop, looking, he's going to go back to Dorsey. This time it's complete and then incomplete. Helping out right there, Bayham knocked it out of his fingers as he tried to bring it down. As you're saying earlier, they're going to have to improve on some of those things. It looks like next week's a big, big game here. St. James probably, well, you know, they're the favorite tonight. Tough football team. I think they beat this same team here during the regular season. Shake Snyder, long setback, Landry at the slot. Dorsey and Landry. Looking for Landry, he'll throw. Is it complete? It's going to be called a catch.
A good catch, yeah. It's going to be close to enough for a first down. Trying to get up to the line, but I think they might have to measure this. Yeah, they're going to time out for the measurement. No, they gave him a first down on the play.
For the Tigers of Donaldsonville. Again, we want to thank Mr. C.J. Alexander and his staff for
Also up under the ball. Looks like they want to run that little swing pass again. And Dorsey did catch it. He's so fluid when he catches the ball.
He's a real good receiver. Great hands. 2:35 remaining in the contest. Well, you know, second down and about 5.
Second and about 4 for the first down.
Orso under center.
Well, go back and throw again. And he's off one high.
It's thrown deep and out of bounds. Intended for Dorsey once again.
That was intended for my truck. Might have to make a little wager with if Independence plays St. James next week with Dwayne Donald, ex-St. James and Southeastern basketball player, works over at Citizens Bank right now. He was saying this morning how good a district that they had there, so I might have to make a little wager with it. Vinny, you going to that place next to the unemployment office tonight?
It's probably a good bet. Orso, he's going to chuck it under and run it. And he stopped. Looks like he's got to be close to the first down. Phillip Jones there on a stop.
Seen a lot of good things on this from this Donaldsonville football team, especially in the first quarter.
Athletes and quarterback can throw. He's got some young receivers who can catch the ball too. Besides Dorsey, saw a good catch earlier by number 20, Gregory Scott, and then Wellman Landry will be back next year. Looks like all their running backs are back.
And Daigle, they said, has pretty good hands also. So
the Green twins on the defensive line, they've got some good. So David Victor's got. No, David Victor is a senior. So I only see 2 seniors who start: David Victor and number 24, Wayne Wells. They're really.
And they got Darnell Dorsey as a senior, but they got him at 165 pounds at 6'2", but he'll be playing on Saturday night somewhere next year.
I got to agree with you on that. He looks like a kid that's going to fill out, and he does. Like you said, he reminds you of Michael Irvin out there. Things just happen easy for him. At least it looks easy.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anybody really can catch the ball like he can all year long.
Well, they give it to Shake Snyder. He'll bust all the way down to the 5-yard line where he'll be stopped. And they caught the Tigers off guard.
Caught me off guard, too, and Shake Snyder comes in here. He's a sophomore. He's 5'7", 168 pounds. And I'd like to know what his 40 speed is because he's pretty quick.
He really got down there pretty quick. First and goal from the 5. They'll give it to Shake Snyder, and he'll make it in the end zone.
Yep. Minute 48, so I imagine we'll see a 2-point conversion, then a try for the onside kick. The score now, 34 for Independence, and Donaldsonville has 19. And you're right, we've really been lucky tonight because we were supposed to have a deluge come through here, and it was raining a little earlier, but been pretty dry. Even all the rain we had last week, the A-Meet game, the field was pretty dry.
Tell you what, it is. Going for 2, it's good. And Dorsey with the catch. Brings the score to 34 to 21. Look for a little onside kick.
Oh, yeah. You work on it all year long. This is the way you hope it works. If you're the Donaldsonville Tigers. Poor Benny, after that first quarter, I thought we were going to be in for a long night.
I'll tell you, it reminds me a lot of that 3 years ago, St. James game, where St. James came in here and jumped out ahead of Independence and just dominated in the first quarter, scoring a couple touchdowns. And I actually was getting ready to score another one, I think, and Independence just dominated the whole rest of the game. And I think that's kind of the same thing we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly was, because I was Independence absolutely could do nothing right in that first, offensively or defensively, in that first quarter. And here's the attempt for the onside kick. Independence has their hands people up.
They'll tee it up. New kicker. It's gonna be.
Looks like somebody caught it for Independence.
Looks like the Tigers got it. Number 23 for Independence, who played a little earlier, Richard Levatina.
Yeah, and a big play. So now it looks like Independence can go ahead and run a timeout, walk away with a 34-21 victory here tonight. Not much Donaldsonville can do to stop them here with